Bonjour tout le monde. Hello everyone. Aujourd'hui, c'est lundi, le 28 août. Today is Monday, August 28th. Before we get into what we're doing today, since this is the first day of the week, I also want to look at what we're doing over the course of the entire week. So you can see your checklist here. I know it looks like a lot, but it's for the whole week. So remember the coding up here. I think I showed you this last week. If it's going to be graded, like actually in the grade book, it's in red. If it's something that's graded later, which you'll see a lot of this is kind of in that category, it's going to be in pink. If it's just practice, it's in black. And if it's something I need you to do, but it's not graded, that's from now on pretty much only going to be, with a few exceptions, your weekly check-in. That's in green. So this week, if you did not do so last week, I need you to set up your notebook. Le cahier is how I'm going to refer to that, le cahier. And I will talk to you about that momentarily, how that should look. We have more TPR. Remember, TPR stands for total physical response. You don't really need to know that. I'll either call it les actions ou les gestes. Les actions, actions, les gestes, gestures. Those are the words that we're learning, the vocab we're learning through gestures that go along with them. We're going to learn a new song this week called La Chanson de la Semaine, our song of the week, La Chanson de la Semaine, which will literally be about the week this week. It's about the days of the week. We're going to do something called a picture talk, meaning we're going to look at a picture and I'm going to talk about it, and you're going to learn vocab that way. We're going to be focusing on the expression il y a, which means there is. You'll do a worksheet that goes along with that. We're going to have two new conversations de la semaine, conversations of the week. I'm going to ask you, est-ce que tu préfères danser ou faire du sport? Est-ce que tu préfères le bleu ou le rouge? So just getting into, again, some questions that I want you to recognize and that I'm going to teach you how to answer. Calendar talk, I don't know why I put it all the way down here because it's actually going to happen today. I'm going to move that one, thinking about it. So your calendar talk, let me put it way up here. There we go. Okay. And then you're going to have two different discussions this week. Now, I call them discussions in Schoology. They're technically discussions, but they're actually just questions that you're going to answer in the discussion format. I won't really have you interacting with each other on this particular topic, but well, maybe I will eventually, but that's not how I've done it in previous years. So we're going to have a little slide called This Day in History, and it's going to talk about something that, as the name implies, happened on this day at a certain point in history. It's all going to be in French, so we're going to be learning about some stuff in French using French vocabulary, but I will also be stopping and explaining things and teaching what words mean and stuff like that. So it's not going to be anything that you can't handle. After you watch me discuss it in the video, you'll go into the discussion and answer the questions. Again, this is all for the entire week. So you're going to listen to me talking about this on 2 different days this week. So there'll be 2 different days, 2 different historical events that you're learning about. And then those will be discussions that you're required to do for basically a completion grade. If you don't get the answer right, it's not that big of a deal, but you do need to complete it. We are going to begin, our first story this week called Branche ou Crocodile. We'll get to that later on. There's a writing component to that as well as a listening quiz. You're going to be making a flip video, you're going to be doing a quick write, and you're going to be doing your weekly check-in. So I know that seems like a lot, but again, it's for the whole week. I won't go through this again, so this video is going to be longer than the others this week. That's just by nature of this being the first day of the week. So let's look at what we have specifically for today, lundi, le 28 août. Let's talk about this. Ça va? Ça va? So if you are asked that question, you can answer in these different ways. Super, bien, ça va, bof, mal. So when I give you my typical greeting for the beginning of these videos, I'm going to say bonjour tout le monde, which means hello everyone. And I'm going to say the date, aujourd'hui c'est Lundi le 28 août. Today is Monday, August 28th. And then I will try to remember to ask, ça va? It's a little weird because we're not synchronous here. You're answering this in a different time than I'm asking it, but still, ça va? And think about what your answer would be right now. Maybe it's morning, you're not quite awake yet. You might be like, bof. Or maybe you've been having a really good day. Super. This is new. Très bien. So super obviously means super. Très bien is like bien, good, but that très in front just means it's very. So très bien. Bien, ça va, bof, mal, maybe you're having a bad day. So when I ask that, ça va, think about how you could answer that. Okay. Le cahier, your notebook setup. I know this is not typical for an online class, but the nature of foreign language makes it so that there is some benefit to writing by hand that will help you to retain the information. So you're going to be doing some writing by hand, and I want you to set up your notebook like this. I believe I talked about this in one of my videos last week, so I'm not going to go into it a whole lot. You do not have to number the pages. These are kind of just eyeballing. You know, you don't need to ballpark. You don't need to have your quick write section start exactly on page 4. That one's probably a little bit more obvious, but your additional notes don't have to start exactly on page 31. You don't have to number your pages. Some people prefer to. I just need you to have these different sections. So your very first section should say les mots de passe. And actually, it'll look like this. Les mots de passe, numéro 1, bonjour. We'll get to our second one momentarily. After the first 3 pages that you're going to leave for les mots de passe, that's where your quick write section begins. You're going to start using that at the end of this week on page 4. So the top of page 4, you can just write quick writes. Then take a small chunk of pages, about 30 pages, maybe 25 to 30 pages. And then after that, on approximately page 31, then you can write additional notes. Then the only other thing you have to label is flipping all the way to the back of your cahier, of your notebook. And on the very back page, you'll write stories and personne spéciale summaries. We'll talk more about what that means later on, but that's where our stories are going to go. We'll be using that later this week. So your second mot de passe on that very first page of your cahier is going to be au revoir, which means goodbye. Au revoir. Okay, next thing for today, we have les gestes, le TPR. La classe se lève. La classe s'assied. La classe touche la tête. La classe touche les cheveux. La classe touche l'estomac. Désolé, excuse me, I mixed up the order of those two. La classe touche l'estomac. La classe touche les cheveux. Doesn't really matter, but I just want to make sure that I'm not steering you in the wrong direction there. Okay, and then lastly, we are going to look at the days of the week. So you have this song. I want you to watch this video and listen to this song. It's not the most exciting song ever, but it's going to help you with how to say the days of the week in French. You're going to hear lundi, mardi, mercredi, jeudi, vendredi, samedi, dimanche. Lundi means Monday. Monday is the day that the week starts in Europe, including in France. If you look at a European calendar, the first column is going to be Monday, whereas here in the US, typically the first column on a calendar is Sunday. So just keep that in mind. So we hear those days of the week. Then we hear il y a 7 jours dans la semaine. So in this song, there's a line that goes, there are 7 days in the week. So that's what that is when you hear that part. And let's talk about les jours de la semaine, the days of the week, in something we're going to do weekly, and this is called our calendar talk, or le calendrier. Le calendrier. With le calendrier, I'm going to be using the expression c'est. C'est means it is. Aujourd'hui, c'est lundi. Aujourd'hui, c'est lundi. Demain, c'est, and if you listen to the video, you'll hear mardi. Lundi, mardi. Aujourd'hui, c'est lundi. Demain, c'est mardi. Après-demain. Après-demain, c'est mercredi. Mercredi. Aujourd'hui, c'est lundi. Demain, c'est mardi. Après-demain, c'est mercredi. Say, it is. To talk about the past, we're going to use the expression c'était. C'était. It was. C'était, it was. Aujourd'hui, c'est lundi. Hier. Hier, c'était dimanche. Hier, c'était dimanche. Hier, c'était dimanche. Avant-hier. Avant-hier, c'était samedi. Samedi. So when you listen to this song, it goes lundi, mardi, mercredi, jeudi, vendredi, samedi, dimanche. Il y a 7 jours dans la semaine. That's just the 7 days of the week. Here, we're putting them into context. Aujourd'hui, c'est lundi. Demain, c'est mardi. Après-demain, c'est mercredi. Hier, c'était dimanche. Avant-hier, c'était samedi. So we're going to be looking at this and we're going to be adding in some stuff as the year goes on. We'll learn how to say the dates and how to say what's going on the different days of the week. But for now, we're just going to look at the days of the week themselves. Lundi, mardi, mercredi. You don't see them here, but jeudi, vendredi. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Samedi, dimanche. Okay, this was a pretty long video, but the others this week will be slightly shorter since we had to talk out the whole week today. If you have any questions, as always, send me an email. I'll have my office hours mardi, mercredi, jeudi. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, from 12 o'clock to 12:30 at Meet Code Michon French Online. So join me then if you have any questions. Otherwise, I will see you in my video tomorrow. Au revoir tout le monde. Goodbye, everyone. Au revoir.